We actually just did our first year of marriage May 2nd, so it's pretty special. They say you can make it through the first year, you can make it through anything, and it's been proven. I last played Dirty Laundry.
Shout out to Rhonda Dickens.
And Station Montgomery
Yes.
for such an awesome play. And the whole cast, man, like, it seems like every time we grow and we can touch another life, and that's what it's all about.
The play is again, it's called Dirty Laundry, and it's about domestic violence and the generational curses of domestic violence. So,
And bringing awareness to it and breaking the chains of it, because so many families go through it, and you know what I'm saying, nobody ever knows, or the woman is too scared to leave, or the husband's too scared to leave, and it affects the children, and we wonder why the generation is the way that it is, and it's because these curses that are on our families, and we have to be the ones to break it. We are the generation, the 20-somethings doing something. You know what I mean?
honestly, I would say not being as, I guess, as financially responsible, fiscally responsible as maybe we should be. Um, but I feel like we're the one good thing is that we are still young, and still being young, we have time to go ahead and correct these things that we need to fix. We can go ahead and study on some things, learn how to budget, learn how to really manage our money like we need to, so that way we can be prepared for the future. So I definitely don't want to pass that down.
I go by LB the Poet, and um, I started doing poetry at the age of 11. The day after my grandmother passed, I wrote my first poem. It took me years to share, but once I did, I realized that that was who I was. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my mission. I'm supposed to speak life into people, so I have a passion for it like none other. Um,
Really, for me, honestly, I don't even claim the title as like a poet. I'm not a poet. I just have the ability to write poetry. I write poetry. I've actually been writing poetry since middle school. I just started to embrace actually going out and speaking and sharing my poetry. It wasn't something that I had ever done before. It was just one of those things where, in my alone time, I'd write. And
and she'll touch lives when she speaks to you.
so I'm realizing that, sometimes God gives you some gifts and you need to use these abilities. You shouldn't just sit on them and just, let them waste. So I'm trying to embrace some of the different things that I know that I'm capable of doing. So
Tough. Always having to be somewhere, different shows and appearances and plays and meetings and church events. You know what I'm saying? Like we're always doing something, and it's like the one thing that we can't take time away from are the kids. That were, you know what I'm saying? We have to make time for them, and that's my biggest thing. It's the timing, and you know what I'm saying, creating margin for everything.
I think that's another reason it kind of makes it hard to really leave Winston. It's like we all, we say we want to leave Winston. I never in my life envisioned
Never in my life.
envision that at 27 I'd be living in Winston-Salem. I'll just be completely honest. That was not my plan ever. But I feel like, things have the ability to create situations that keep you here. And I think that's okay. I think that honestly we're supposed to be here right now. Like we are right where we're supposed to be. So I'm trying to embrace that as well. So
You're not trying. We're doing.
I think that's what make it hard. That's what make you want to stay in Winston, because if you leave the city, what are you going to do about childcare? And so having a family does create that issue. Whereas if we were married and we didn't have any children yet, we would be able to move. We probably would have already been gone. There's no telling what we would be doing right now. But again, I think that there's a plan for our lives, and we need this time to become who we're supposed to be. So yes.
Change. Simply put, change. It's like so many of us grew up here, and a lot of our people are killing so many of the people that's grown up with us here. How are we living and dying 20 something? Doesn't make sense. So I want to bring change. I want to speak life into every single person in Winston, some way, shape, or form.
It may sound cliche, but I mean unity. I feel
Yeah,
like that's something that the city is lacking, and I think you're doing a great job with 20 something, doing something and trying to bring, the community together, bring people together to support one another. Because at the end of the day, we are all supposed to be aiming for the same thing, and at the end of the day, we're the only ones that are going to support each other. That's what we have to start doing, because right now, all of this hatred, this negativity, it's just not doing anything for us. It's doing nothing but bringing us down as a people.
community, communication, community.
There is money here. We are not in like this impoverished city that a lot of people like to portray Winston as. So it's like if we can all come together and get on board, we can prosper from the city where we all don't have to run from it. So
If you have the knowledge, spread it to the next one. Us as a community, we tend to be stingy. I don't want to tell you where I got my shoes. They was a little bit cheaper, and you might go get them. Who cares? You're gonna get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Share the knowledge, spread the information, help your brothers and sisters. We're the change that Martin and Malcolm have talked.
Forgive me for the life I live, 'cause ain't nobody perfect. Wonder if I'm worth it. They wonder why I'm here. What's my purpose? So I can teach Eve not to talk to serpents just because it's in the frame. Don't make it picture perfect. They ask me why I came to show the way and leave my mark, that is for certain. And it's in the cipher, show it's over, close the curtains. This industry needs to be revived, well guess who is the surgeon? I'm already in the box, let's go 2-point conversion. This message needs to be heard, that's why I marked it urgent. Bars from circle versus purging, for some this is disturbing. The hate must not be working, keep my faith, I'll see his face, it'll all be worth it. Tired of pain, I still see my people hurting. Everybody say they grinding, ain't nobody working. I only pray that he forgive me for the life I live. Forgive me for the life I live. I only pray that he forgive me for the life I live, 'cause ain't nobody perfect. Wonder if I'm worth it. I only pray that he forgive me for the life I live. I only pray that he forgive me for the life I live. I only pray that he forgive me for the life I live, 'cause ain't nobody perfect. Wonder if I'm worth it.